For right now, the gains are not there. It's a weak market, and on a 50-60 point uptick, if markets are not sustaining, that just tells you that traders pretty much have a consensus view that sell this market on every uptick. Doesn't matter how big or the small the uptick is, but if you will sell everything and anything, by the end of the day, you will get it lower. I think that seems to be the general view. Okay, now, so we want to stay with the demonetization story. B. Bala Subramaniam, Director Finance of BPCL, now joins us. And Bala, fantastic to have you back on ET Now. Thank you for joining us. Bala, I've been told that everyone is rushing to petrol pumps and they're getting the tanks full and your sales have gone up.
Yeah, of course.
Is it true?
Yeah. Hello.
Hi Bala, Nikunj, can you hear me?
Yeah. Naturally, when there is a thing, people fill up the tanks because it's another avenue of exchanging their 500 rupee currency notes. So that way, yes, but yes, there has been initial increases in the sales, but now the sales are coming back to the normalcies.
Your number, what happened to your sales last week? What has been the uptake? And when you say things are normalizing, how much are you selling per day?
40-50% increase was there last week initially, but now it is coming back to the normal sales rounds.
Bala, Singapore GRMs have rebounded to about $7.8 to a barrel. Does it mean that your GRMs also have, roughed out the weak patch and next quarter things could be way better?
Yeah, Q2 has been slightly lower GRMs because of the Singapore cracks have been very low. Q3 likely to be better than the Q2 as the cracks have been now strengthening a bit. Definitely it will have an impact on the GRMs of us in the third quarter on the upside.
Right. So tell me a little bit more about, the fact that you were talking about that OMCs are accepting old notes. And this demonetization drive has definitely impacted you all. What's the kind of volume uptick that you've seen in the last, 10 days?
In the last week or so, it has been increasing almost around 50 to 60%, especially the petrol sales. But as things go by, I think things are stabilizing now because people cannot fill up their tanks daily. So that will have that thing. So the utilization of this thing will take over a time. So it's only averaging out over a period of time, but yes, that initial increase in sales has been there. But all said and done, second half is always a better half post-monsoons. So naturally, we are expecting the growth to come back in the second half, both for MS as well as HSD.
Your GRMs this quarter were about 3.08 per barrel. And year-to-date, Asian margins as well have improved. Does Q3 look like it's going to be better than what you've already done in Q3? In Q2, I beg your pardon?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Okay. By how much? Would you have any rough back of the envelope?
We cannot quantify it at this point in time. We are almost half of this quarter. We have to wait for the quarter to end and also see where the crude prices settle at the end of the year, at the end of December. So that will determine how the overall margins will be for the quarter. But yes, definitely the margins looks higher than the last quarter.
Bala, as of now, there could be an uptick in immediate retail demand. There could be an immediate uptick, at the petrol level, at the station level. But are you getting a sense that somewhere the industrial demand may start slowing down?
At least there are no indications as such. Normally, as I told earlier, the second half demand, because of the post-harvest, it will be higher. But the industrial pickup, depending upon how the overall industrial sector-wise growth happens, some sectors grow, some sector may be stagnant. But we have to wait and watch. But the uptick on both on diesel and petrol is there in the market now.
So, Bala, how will life change for a fuel retailer like BPCL once the effect of demonetization they start kicking in? Do you think the number of card transactions will increase? Do you think it could have an immediate drop in retail sales? I mean, I'm just trying to understand the regime because all of us, Bala, are working with an assumption because we've never seen such a scenario before in the past. And since all of us are working with assumptions, there are a lot of, scenario building and a lot of myths and a lot of beliefs.
Yeah, see, two things have happened because of the demonetization. One is that petrol business is a cash and carry business. Almost 80% of the business today is run by cash, though there are credit cards, debit cards in the system already. But I think the demonetization and the effect of moving into the e-payment modes will definitely help the industry in the long run in handling the cash. So the cash the habits of using the electronic mode of payment in the petrol pumps will definitely grow over the periods, and it will ease out for both for the customer and for the franchisees the difficulties of handling cash. Yes, as regards the growth is concerned, yes, people will be continuing to use. I don't think this is a major part of their overall expenditure budget. They'll be having always an allocation, something on the regular usage of their vehicles, as well as for some of the weekend usages, especially in the metros and major cities. So that is how things will happen. But yes, if the impact of the growth will also depends upon the impact on the other industries like the two-wheeler, three-wheeler population, as well as on the growth on the tourism side in the second half, because normally the second half is known for the tourism cycle to start. So all these things will affect, but overall industry is definitely growing in the uptick only, especially petrol is growing very well as in the third consecutive year. So this is where things stand. As such, we do not see any major setback on sales. We feel that more and more the fuel economy, especially the retail fuel economy, moving into the electronic mode of payment. I think in the long run it helps everybody as well as the economy.
Bala, I just have one simple question. This whole thing of exchange of notes, aside of the fact that people have come in and filled fuel, there's also this exchange of notes, swipe your debit card and exchange in the notes. Is it only happening in company-owned petrol stations?
No.
Or is it happening across?
It's happening across the board. As of yesterday evening, we have almost made 40,000 transactions with almost a value of almost around 4 crores. This is picking up well, and I think it's a part of our franchisee network being used for easing out the situation for the general public through the association with the various banks, especially State Bank of India, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Citibank, etc. So these are all the methods by which we also help the public in easing out this cash withdrawal through their debit cards. Of course, the amount is, as in other cases, is restricted to 2,000 rupees per transactions per day.